Let's get to, we got the Energy Secretary waiting here. The largest oil-producing nations in the world are scheduled to meet virtually this morning. Energy Secretary Dan Brouillette, you've spoken to MBS in the last week or so. What do you think is going to happen today? You'll be there, Mr. Secretary. Can 10 million get done in terms of daily cuts?
Well, I'm optimistic. I won't be there, though, just to clarify there. I won't be at the meeting itself, but I will be watching very closely what the outcome of. No, sir, I will not be there. But we're optimistic that they'll reach agreement between the Saudis and the Russians in an effort to stabilize the markets.
We've already, the domestic cut already totals 2 million. Can we go in and say we're down just because of demand or by 2 million, therefore you don't need additional cuts guaranteed domestically?
There's no question about that. The market is off, as you have been talking about all morning, with demand being what it is. Gasoline sales are roughly 55-60% of what they were a year ago. That demand downturn has led to production cuts in the United States of about 2 million barrels per day throughout the remainder of 2020.
So when we heard 10 million and the president said maybe as much as 15 million, do you think that's a possibility?
Yes, I do. I think amongst the 22 or 23 OPEC or OPEC plus companies, as they were countries as they refer to themselves, I think they can easily get to 10 million, perhaps even higher, and certainly higher if you include the other nations who produce oil, nations like Canada, Brazil, others. Easily done.
Did you, when you actually have had conversations with the main player, as I mentioned, that was last weekend you spoke to MBS. What was your feeling of, did he indicate to you that they were going to work in earnest with the Russians about, dealing with this glut?
Yes, I think they're all working in a very constructive way, in a good faith way. I think, it's important to remember that whether they reach a formal agreement or not, everyone is going to reduce production as long as we have this demand curve being what it is. There is simply no other choice. When you produce oil, you have two options. You can either use it as part of the demand, or you can store it, and storage is running out. So, I mean, at some point, everyone is going to cut production until we turn the economy back on.